Hey guys, just gonna wait for a crowd to get here. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Give me just a sec. Mike Ramey, you. Hey now, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Both of yous. There you go. We're starting the show with two good people. I like that. We'll see how long it takes to get an audience. I just got back to the hotel. I was Colonel Quill. What was that fucking comment about my wife yesterday? What was that about, bro? What were you saying? Are you insulting my wife? Just out of curiosity. Anyway, I had kind of a busy day, and I just got back to the room, like I said. So I actually scheduled this show from the car. D. Gainey, what up, dickhead? Do I still have it? I bet you I don't. Let me see. I think I have that video anymore. No. Nope. Jesse Lee Patterson quote, I thought you may know him. Oh, I know who he is. He's a fucking scumbag. The black guy who hates other black people, that dude. How's Alaska? It's all right. I don't know. I'm pretty busy. I don't have much time for sightseeing this trip, but trying. A lot of igloos. A lot of fucking igloos, man. I just got a notification that Trump signed the Epstein bill. Oh, he did. All right. So now we're going to see the excuses start rolling. They'll say that there's an investigation.
You guys can all sit in jail.
Sorry, that's Tony Pizza. He got beaten with a pipe yesterday. Any of you guys who know who that is? Anyway, we'll be talking about that in the morning. Believe that. Yeah, they'll say that there's an ongoing investigation and they can't release the files. But from what I'm hearing, it's not really going to matter. I mean, at this point, they're going to have to. Even if they say there's an investigation, it's got to be narrowed down to like there has to be parts of the files that need to be used for the investigation. They can't just say all the files. So it would have to be a certain, event or something. They can only hold the files that are pertaining to that. Everything else has to be released. And even then, it's a temporary thing. So I don't know. We'll see. But they got 30 days. And I assure you, Trump has some trick up his sleeve. There's no doubt about it.
You guys can all sit
God
in jail.
damn, come the fuck on, man. Holy shit. He can't let those files get released. He can't. He's all over them. Jesse says if a man gets emotional, he's becoming his mom. Oh, well, Jesse's a bit of a fruitcake himself, is he not? Supposedly they got yeah, Mike, yeah. But we'll see what'll happen. Like I said, I mean, hold on, let me adjust this. Sorry if there's noise here. Hold on. Oh, this is not going my way so far. They'll come up with something, so they don't have to release the files, at least not right away. They'll put it off as long as they have to, or as long as they can, because, again, this is going to ruin Trump. Good evening, Shyla. Of course, the the diehard Trump supporters, it don't matter. If there's proof in there that he R-worded a 13-year-old or something, they'll just be like, that's all right. You know what I mean? Big deal. But did you see that one picture where Joe Biden was sniffing a kid's hair? You know, that's what they'll say. Oh, they did, Patrick Torres. They were talking about it again on some show I was watching earlier. I mean, it is a fact. I think Jeffrey Epstein's brother said it too. They assigned all those FBI agents, 1,000 FBI agents, to go through those files and redact Trump's name. You know, and that's at Trump's, on Trump's orders. So the longer they dick people around, the more likely the victims or other countries release a lot of stuff. You think so? I think Jesse is funny as fuck sometimes. I think that dude is like, first of all, I mean, listen, you know who I think of when I see Jesse Lee Peterson or Patterson, whatever his name is, Clayton Bigsby. You guys know who that is? He'll release when he wants to release. Yeah, maybe. And even then, it's going to be very limited, I think. Just the prompt is just fucking stupid to begin with. What is? Who else will it ruin, you think? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe nobody, maybe a lot of people. I don't know. The files are full of dirty Democrats. Well, we'll see. There's probably some in there, but we don't know that. You know, we know Trump's in there. Now, you're hoping that it'll ruin Trump, just like the last 10 things they tried to pin on him. Well, a lot of the things they pinned on him, you know, like somebody said he was Teflon, like John Gotti the other day. No, he got convicted of 34 felonies. He got found civilly liable for sexual assault. He lost a fuck ton of lawsuits. You know, so the stuff usually works. You just you don't want to acknowledge that. The Democrats will make some crazy event happen to distract from showing all the sicko Dems that were up Epstein's ass. For you to believe that is really, really mind-blowing, considering that the Democrats have worked since June desperately to get these files released, and the Republicans were the only ones holding them back, specifically Trump and Mike Johnson and Pam Bondi. So, you've been brainwashed into believing it's the Democrats that are going to have a problem. And maybe some of them will. Frankly, I don't give a fuck who's in them. If they're in them and they did something wrong, I want them to get in trouble, period. But Donald Trump is somebody we know is in them. We know that in those 20,000 emails that were just released, Donald Trump shows up in them more than anyone else, 1,600 and something times. You know, we know they were best friends for 10 years. We know they were accused of raping a 13-year-old together. So Trump is the one who has the most to worry about, no matter who else is in there. I'm definitely not on the list. No, Bob Dole, I'm sure you're not. Then again, I'm not sure. You know, here's the funny thing. I used to be a Democrat. I didn't vote for Trump the first time. Worst decision I ever made. Not voting for him the first time, that was the worst mistake you ever made. You know, he got elected the first time, right? So the fact that you didn't vote for him had no impact whatsoever on the outcome of the election. It's a weird thing to say. But whatever you say, Jeremy James, I have a feeling you listen to a lot of bullshit all day long. Democrats, that's one I haven't heard yet, are dumbasses. Oh, yeah? You want to debate me later on here? They scrubbed them. They did. How do you know that, dumbass? How do I know which thing? See, now, guys, have I insulted anybody yet? No. See that? Dumbass. So when I start talking shit to people, I don't want to hear no fucking crying about, oh, all you do is call people names and curse and blah, blah, blah. The Democrats will definitely do anything to destroy President Trump. I hope so. They should. Sniffing hair is proof to them, but Trump said some damning things. Yeah, and meanwhile, it turns out Biden never even sniffed anybody's hair. Nobody saw the files, you conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist, not the Trump supporters, the people who believe in QAnon and stuff. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You'd have to be retarded to say Trump's not in those files. I mean, first of all, the fact that he's covering them up is proof in itself. Secondly, all the things I mentioned earlier. the friendship with Epstein, and he met Melania through Epstein. The first time he fucked Melania was on Epstein's jet. They were accused of raping Katie Johnson together. He was a member at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, there's pictures and videos of them together dancing and pointing out chicks and shit. Donald Trump one time said that Jeffrey Epstein is a great guy who likes women, beautiful women, as much as he does, and many of them are on the younger side. I don't think we'll have anything that implicates anybody of a crime, just a bunch of this person contacted this guy, Epstein hung out with, so-and-so, et cetera, et cetera. I look at it like this, Mike. Donald Trump, it's no secret that he was friends with Epstein. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what he's hiding. But he's covering up these files to the best of his ability. He has been for months. So there is something in there that he is worried about. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But there's no doubt that there's something in there that scares the shit out of him, the thought of it being released, because, he's going out of his way to do this. Dumb fuck. You got anything intelligent to say? Yeah. Clayton Bixby. That's Jesse Lee, whatever his name is. Yep. The prompt. I don't know what that means. What is the prompt? What does that mean? What are you saying? No, listen, I got you, Bob Dole. You're starting to make me think you're on that list. Still mad, camel toe Harris lost like your hair. That's brilliant. No, not really. But again, you Trump supporters give yourselves away right away with shit like that. Camel toe hair. You're like fucking like children, honestly. Is that a child in your fucking avatar? Jeez, is that a little girl too? What the fuck, man? You're a father and you talk about women like that. And you're a father of a little girl, it looks like. And you call women camel toe. I bet that kid in the picture, it looks like he's in maybe second grade, is more mature than you are, fuckface. I don't. You just keep saying a prompt. What does that mean? What does that mean? What are you saying? You're not putting anything. You're just saying a prompt. What prompt, man? Oh yeah, I think so. And Democrats will remove them and primary them. Will the Republicans get rid of their own? I doubt it. Democrats will. Oh yeah. Definitely. The people that are in the files, yeah. All right, enough of you. Enough of you. God help your fucking children. You are a true piece of shit. You're probably a pedophile yourself, you sick fuck. And don't use your kid's picture in a fucking avatar. People will fucking use that, you sick fuck. Especially when you're in here talking shit like that, dummy. I wish you'd give me your real fucking name. Watch what I do to you, on the internet, of course, not nothing illegal. He's on the list of probably, along with probably most politicians. Yeah, there might be tons of politicians on there. And if there are, I don't care, Democrat, Republican, independent. I don't give a fuck. They should be, punished. I just laugh at you, bro. You're hilarious. All lies, no facts. Tell me what I lied about so far. I'm hilarious, Jeremy James. Are you saying that the things I say are wrong? That's fine. I'm with you if they did something wrong, but stop acting like Trump did something wrong before you have proof. Jeremy, everybody knows Trump did something wrong. Do you understand that? The only people who refuse to acknowledge that are people like you who are so obsessed with this guy that you refuse to see what's right in front of you. I could give you a million reasons why we should think he's not only in those files, but for some very, very horrible things he's in there for, because again, he was friends with Epstein for 10 years, best friends. That's Epstein's words. Pam Bondi, how about the fact that when Pam Bondi was questioned in front of Congress about the pictures Michael Wolff said Epstein showed him, where Trump's standing there with a bunch of young undressed girls and they're pointing at a wet stain on Trump's pants. When asked about that, Pam Bondi refused to answer. They asked, does the Department of Justice have that picture? Now, if they didn't, she would have said no, right? Of course. But she refused to answer, which means the answer is yes, they have that picture. Okay? They have that picture. And she didn't say, No, because they have it. And if she would have said no, it would have been perjury. Grasping at straws. Not at all. Bro, you have to be dumb, deaf, and blind to not realize that the motherfucker was in deep with Epstein. And again, just the fact that he's fucking covering them up. I mean, Jeremy James, are you serious? I shouldn't even acknowledge people like you. You're fucking you guys, these are the people that they don't, if they saw Trump raping a child on TV, they'd be like, nope, he didn't do it. Or they'd say it was good for the country or somehow it was okay. You know, that you guys make me fucking sick, man. I swear to God. If you saw 1/10 of this shit about Biden, you'd already in your mind have him fucking prosecuted and convicted and executed, by the way. But Trump, it's like, let me see. So you're telling me Trump was best friends with Epstein for 10 years. You're telling me that Melania and Trump met through Epstein. You're telling me the first time Melania and Epstein had sex was on Epstein's jet. You're telling me that Trump said what he did about Epstein liking younger women, younger girls. You're telling me that he was a member at Mar-a-Lago. You're telling me that there's numerous videos and pictures of Trump and Epstein together, even with Ghislaine and Melania and Ghislaine and Marla Maples. You're telling me that those emails prove that Trump was still friends with Epstein in 2017. You're telling me that they got accused of raping, did I already say that? The 13-year-old together. I might have already said that one. You're telling me all these things, and then it's quite obvious. I could see with my own eyes he's covering it up. He's covering up the Epstein files. They haven't been released only because of him, but I don't know. I think you're grasping at straws. I mean, you guys are fucking nuts. All right, let's do it. Call the number right now, just for Jeremy James. Go ahead. 410-941-9850. I'm sure that they got rid of some of this shit. Of course they did. Of course they did. It's the PP tapes from Putin. That would be great. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to send a super chat. Or if you'd like, I could put my information in the chat and you could do a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. You know? Shut up, Tony. All right. I have a feeling none of you will use this, but who knows? Maybe there's some classy people that want to contribute because they're enjoying the show. You know? There you go. What are you going to say when they get released? I plan on saying, oh, look at that. I was correct. What do you mean? You're the one who said it's fine Biden didn't release files because he didn't run on releasing them. No. I said he didn't run on releasing them. Trump did run on releasing them. And also, and you can look into this, you're not going to take my word for it. And you guys apparently don't know how to use any type of search engine. Otherwise, you would know stuff. But Biden couldn't release them. Ghislaine Maxwell was prosecuted and convicted under Joe Biden's administration. You understand? Then she had her case on appeal until just recently. Her case was on appeal. And you couldn't release the files then for that specific reason. Okay? Her case was on appeal. That's why when they went before the judges, they didn't ask for the Epstein files. They asked for the grand jury testimony, but the judge couldn't give it to them because of her case being on appeal. There was ongoing investigations and all types of other shit. And I can ask you very easily, Scribbles, why didn't Trump release them in his first term? Why didn't he? Tell me why he didn't release them in his first term. Oh, I'm good, Jeff Henson. You realize it's me against a bunch of fucking morons such as yourself, right? You keep talking bad about everybody and bashing everybody, but you were wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And Trump is 100 times the man and president that Kamala could ever wish to be. Well, I don't think Kamala ever wished to be a man. So, well said. Dixon my ass, $4.99. Like and subscribe, chat. Yeah, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. She was Biden's scapegoat. Who was? Kamala? How do you figure? Democrats receiving instructions from Epstein during Cohen hearing. One, I believe. One. Yeah, and that bitch, as far as I'm concerned, is a straight up cunt. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not here to defend Democrats. unless you give me some sort of comparison. If you try to compare certain people to them, depending on who you're talking about, I might. But Epstein clearly stated that he hated Trump. Epstein's personal email. That doesn't mean anything. What do you mean? You know how many people I hate that I talk to every fucking day and sometimes even hang out with? I mean, that's what a lot of people do that. Tell me you don't have friends that you hate. And it doesn't matter what he said in an email. What he did is what matters. And what he did is, there's also emails there, by the way, that say things that indicate very clearly that Trump and Epstein were still friends in 2017. And I don't even know that you're right. I didn't hear about any email where he said he hated Trump. But if he did, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? If he said Trump was my best friend, you wouldn't believe him. But because he said he hated Trump, you believe him because that fits your narrative. Why didn't Biden? Why didn't Trump? Why didn't Trump? Anyone here an independent that knows both parties are absolute shit and don't care about we the people? I think most people know that to some extent, but we're in a situation where one party is, much, much worse than the other. Bet you feel like an idiot with the info about Dems getting caught already. Mike Hunt, what info would that be? Getting caught doing what? What info? Go ahead, tell me. I have a feeling he's just going to make shit up, or he's heard something on social media or Fox News. And yeah, it was under investigation. You can't release files when he was being under investigation. Who was being under investigation, Mike Hunt? Who are you talking about? Jeremy is a coward, it turns out. Of course. These guys don't want to debate me. They don't know anything. The fucking guy disappeared from the chat and everything. Look at him. No, you idiot. Congress could have done the same thing over the last 10 years as well. The Dems have lied about Trump over and over and over. No, they haven't. They have not. Give me an example. You just because you don't like what they say doesn't mean they're lying. And Congress couldn't have done this shit. I know you don't understand that, but do you know that Donald Trump could release the files tonight? Do you know that? All this Congress shit is just another way of pushing it back further and putting it off? Donald Trump could have released these files on day one. He could have released them in June after they came out and said there are no Epstein files. He could have released them yesterday. He could release them tomorrow. They don't need to go through Congress, you fucking dope. You're asking how come Biden didn't release the files, but you're not asking why Trump didn't. Yeah, he's gone. And yes, Kamala wishes she had those man pants. She doesn't cut it as a woman. Sure. Whatever you say. Democrats get caught over and over, but all you talk about is Trump. Tell me, Jeff Henson, what did they get caught doing? What did they get caught doing? You said they were best friends, even though Epstein clearly stated that he hated Trump. Epstein also told Michael Wolff that they were best friends. So if there's even an email that says that contradicts everything else Jeffrey Epstein has ever said about Trump. So which should I believe? They were clearly fucking friends. Are you for real? They were clearly friends. There's pictures and videos of them. Trump compliments the guy. Trump said to Ghislaine Maxwell, he wishes her well while she was being prosecuted for pedophilia. He wished her well. That none of this is a smoking gun, right? Epstein knew Trump ratted him out. Trump did not rat him out. That didn't happen. Threw him out of Mar-a-Lago and never to return. Your idiocy is full of massive TDS. Yes. They have lied. According to those emails, Jeffrey Epstein said he didn't even kick him out. He asked him to resign his membership. Okay. And that had nothing to do with the girls. And the funny thing is, even Trump said recently, all he said it had to do with was Epstein stealing employees. He didn't say anything about that he knew that Epstein was a pedo, so he kicked him out. You guys say it. Trump don't even say it. And that was over a real estate deal. Epstein was going to buy a house for $40 million or $45 million, something like that. And he brought Trump over because he wanted advice on where to put a pool. Trump then bought the house out from under him and sold it a year later for $95 million. Epstein was suing Trump. That's why Trump kicked him out, you dickhead, or asked him to resign his membership. Holy shit. You guys just speculate about everything. You don't actually know shit. DJT, a man, for fuck's sake. He was a bully that his mother sent away to boarding school to try and slap some sense into him. He is still a bully and emotionally a narcissistic man-child. Oh, yeah. Let me see here. It's not impeachable, but he was impeached. Ain't that something? There's too many things that have to be redacted. There's always a team that has to come up with what can be taken out and what can be kept. There's private info, people's info. Yeah, they were assigned, the FBI agents, to redact Donald Trump's name. That's not a secret. It's been reported on by every news outlet and publication, including the right-wing ones. You know, that's no secret. They were assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name, Trump's name. How do you like the way Trump trolled MTG into pushing for the files to be released? He didn't? What do you mean? You know, Trump didn't want the files released, right? No, not at all. Not at all. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking. Bro, you refuse to face reality when it comes to anything. You're just another one of these uninformed people who thinks you know everything. You know what I mean? You could call me too, bro. You want to call me? So instead of having to read your vague, incoherent, fucked up messages, I could just talk to you. 410-941-9850. How about that? They Democrat got caught texting that sicko while they were doing an inquiry. I know. A Democrat. Crossfire Hurricane P tapes, raid on Mar-a-Lago, 2 impeachment, January 6th, all lies. The raid on Mar-a-Lago was a lie. The impeachment was he got impeached twice. That was lies. January 6th was lies. Tell me how January 6th was a lie. I'm curious. No, he signed the fucking thing. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. The Epstein files are not going to be released anytime soon. And by the time they are, they're going to be so redacted it won't even matter. They have 30 days to release them. But that's not the point. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about what went on in Congress. I'm talking about that Donald Trump could release the files tonight. And he could have done it a week ago before Congress approved anything. He could have done it months ago. He's the president. All he has to do is say, release the files, and they get released. But you guys still want to talk about why Biden didn't release them. You want to live in the past because you don't want to acknowledge the fact that your boy is covering this shit up. You're all idiots. That's why, how can I read comments? There's no smart people except for the people that are anti-Trump. He didn't support the release. No. He knows he has no choice. Do you understand that? He was against releasing them altogether. Then he realized the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans were going to vote to release them no matter what. So he said, all right, let me save some face and just act like I'm down with it. And I'll urge the Republicans who are already voting for it to vote for it and then try to take credit for it somehow. And then when it gets to my desk, I got 2 choices. You know, if you're Donald Trump, you got 2 choices. You veto it, and then everybody knows you're a pedo. Or you sign it, make it look like you want it released, and then you let Pam Bondi come up with the excuse for why they can't be released. And that's what's going to happen next. Ever wonder why trouble follows Trump everywhere he goes in life? Anybody normal would say it just might have something to do with his illegalities. Well, these guys, if you listen to them, everything bad said about Trump is a lie. Trump is not a bad person. Trump's never done anything wrong. Trump is perfect to them. You know what I mean? They refuse to acknowledge. They're the ones that truly have Trump derangement syndrome. They refuse to acknowledge who Trump is. You know, they made up this image of him in their minds, and that's what they want to convince everybody else of. Yes, Anthony Reed. The Democrats have 4 years access to the files, and they never did anything with them because they didn't want him exposed now. They didn't want him exposed now. Who, Trump? That Donald Trump has done it. They're in fear. You really haven't kept up with current events, have you? First of all, I'll say it one more time. This is the last time I'm going to say it for this show. Under Biden, Ghislaine Maxwell was prosecuted and convicted. After that, her case was on appeal. They couldn't release the files. End of story. Anybody else says, why didn't, I'll tell you what, Miss Can't Be Wrong, do me a favor. Anybody who says, why didn't Biden release the files, block them, because I'm so tired of this shit. The question is, why didn't Trump release them? Why? I actually said a minute ago, you guys are so stupid. You answer your own questions and don't even realize it. Somebody said Biden didn't release them. And I explained why Biden didn't release them. And then I said, why didn't Trump release them in his first term? Because if you're going to ask why Biden didn't, how could you not ask why Trump didn't in his first term? So somebody comes in and says the answer, because there was investigations and stuff. Exactly. That's why Biden didn't release them. Plus, Biden didn't fucking run on it. Trump campaigned on releasing the fucking files. Christ almighty, you guys are so obsessed with that man. When you talk about me being obsessed with Trump, you guys cannot get over Joe Biden or Barack Obama. You can't even get over Kamala. It's so weird. You're like Trump. Even when Trump wins, he bitches and moans and complains. No matter what happens, you Democrat clowns are always going to come up with something new. Well, I'm just a guy on YouTube. If you're talking about like the media and stuff, there's no such thing as them coming up with something. Trump is the most scandalous, piece of shit, corrupt president in American history. There's a scandal a day. Nobody comes up with anything. Trump fucks up and people report on it. That's what happens. No, there's no chance he is. Such an ignorant statement stating everyone is dumb unless anti-Trump is wild. No, it's literally a fact. It's literally a fact. Red states are the least educated states in the country. The states that voted for Trump are the dumbest states in the country. The states that voted for Kamala are the smartest states in the country. You can look it up yourself. It's literally a fact. And you look at the people in the chat, half of them can't spell words. They don't know anything. They're acting like they know shit. They don't even know shit that just went on within the last few days. I mean, they're stupid people. I'm sorry. Trump supporters are dumb motherfuckers. They're the dumbest people in America. Cowboy Daddy Yoda. I like the name. Okay, Cowboy Baby Yoda. Okay, gotcha. $10 super sticker. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you contributing. I do. Anybody who contributes means a lot to me. And you should, especially if you agree with me. Trump is the most scrutinized man on earth for over a decade, and you have nothing. We have nothing except for the 34 felonies, the 2 impeachments, and him being found civilly liable for sexual assault, plus him losing lawsuits when he slandered people trying to say they committed election fraud and all types of other civil suits. He's been losing in court constantly lately. What do you mean we got nothing? Are you just not paying attention? Do you realize that Trump had to become president again or he was going to prison? Do you realize that? Even Trump wouldn't say people have nothing on him. Fake felonies. Oh, let me tell you something about felonies. I happen to know this from experience. You can't be convicted of a fake felony. A fake felony is not a felony, and they can't convict you of a fake one. There's no such thing. And if Biden committed those same crimes, you would want him, executed. Oh yeah, Don Albert, why don't you call me? Dan Albert, call me. Let's debate. 410-941-9850. You wouldn't say that and then pussy out, would you, Dan? Come on, call. That's all fake, made up. Sure. Emperor Marmalade. You're a joke. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, you guys usually spell "you're" wrong, but that's some on next level shit right there. Name the felonies, dog. Name the felonies, dog. What are you, Randy Jackson? Name the felonies, dog. 34 counts of falsifying business records in order to cover up a crime. There you go. I support Trump. You don't even know me. What's your tulem with me? Wow. Patrick Rogers, what's your tulem with me? I don't know. You voted for the scum of the earth, and I look down on you for that. I'm amazed by how much these people can defend that man. They throw anything at the wall, and it sticks for these people every time. For them, yeah. He is releasing them, Jesus. This is like bitching you didn't get paid after you just got paid. And no, he fucking isn't. Yeah, says the fucking tard suffering from severe TDS. And no, he fucking isn't. What does that mean? What does that mean? You just threw that in there and no, he fucking isn't. No, he fucking isn't what? And he's not releasing it. Guys, I'm going to say this to you one more time. Donald Trump could release the files tonight. He could have Pam Bondi release the files right now or tomorrow. Why isn't he doing that? Why is he going through all this horse shit with the House and the Senate and then him signing it? And now they got 30 days. And in 30 days, who knows what they're going to do to those files? And it's already been pretty much, they've said, they've made statements that indicate that Pam Bondi is going to come out and say that there's investigations, Bill Clinton and Larry Summers, they're being investigated so they can't release the files. You're saying your analogy sucks, because if I got paid yesterday, I wouldn't be bitching about it today. And if I was, that would be stupid. This is a situation where a guy signed a piece of paper to do something and it hasn't been done yet. You understand? Now, if I was supposed to get paid yesterday and my boss just signed a paper saying he'll pay me today, then I would have every reason to bitch today. You understand? So Trump signed the fucking stupid thing. Now, they have 30 days to release them, but Trump could do it tonight or tomorrow. He could just release them all. So why isn't he? I know you guys have that shit, Patrick. You guys are dumb as a motherfucker. You truly see this guy as something he's not. Mark Zuckerberg admitted on a live recording. Admitted what? I'll give it to you. You certainly know how to rage bait. Thankfully, Jesus is the only one that matters. Oh, the imaginary man in the sky? Yeah, sure. Bro, you're a decent guy, but you definitely have shit on OG Gangsta Trump. James Bond chilling. Just because it's funny, I'll let that slide. Do you have been paying attention? I pay attention to this shit 24 hours a day, man. Yes. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe, and don't be afraid to send a super chat. All you guys that bitch that your comments aren't being read, well, that's what the super chat button is for. There's never a time when I'm not going to read a super chat. Also, my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo is in the chat there. So if you hate Donald Trump, donate to the show. If you know Donald Trump's a pedo, donate to the show. If you're just enjoying the show, donate to the show. Are the files that important anyway? Yeah, the Jeffrey Epstein is the most prolific pedophile in American history. And there's 1,000 victims that him and Ghislaine trafficked. So I couldn't imagine many things more important. Obama 2028, fucking right. What's your career? You're looking at it. Gun owning, born and raised Alabamian. You are in a cult, MAGA, and sound retarded. Oh, Nick, nice. That's what's up, man. See that? Nick knows. He's from Alabama. He knows. The dog that don't bark is the same person who blew Bubba. That is correct. That's okay. Don't worry about it if you can't afford it. No big deal. Okay, I've given too much time to your derangement already. Yeah, and you also pussied out from calling and debating me. Isn't that something? You guys never really actually want smoke, do you? Nope. The files are the most important thing in history. I don't know about that. Pretty goddamn important. They throat Trump hoping for a red hat. Yeah, didn't you say that yesterday in here too? Somebody did. Alabama is sick of Trump. A lot of the country is. You know how many people regret their votes? Look at his fucking approval ratings. I saw Fox News do the goofiest shit. It was either earlier today or yesterday. And I forget which fucking host it was, but he said Donald Trump has a 39% approval rating in the new Reuters poll. And the Reuters poll behind him said 38% approval rating. He actually lied with the evidence right on the screen. That's some shit only Fox News would do. Great career, and you pick on Trump supporters. Were winners, boy, something you obviously know nothing about. Were winners or we are winners? Boy, don't call me boy, you fucking hillbilly. God, you got an Italian last name, you call people boy? What are you, a fucking slave owner, dipshit? And yeah, you're fucking right, it's a great career. You know how much fucking money I make on YouTube? You have any idea how much money I've made over the last 4.5 years? Yeah, it's a phenomenal way to make a living. Right now, I'm out of town. I'm mad states away from my own. Okay. I'm 10 hours away from my fucking house. And my job comes with me. I got a computer, got a microphone, boom, I do my job, So it is a great way to make a living. Great. And if you would do it, if you could. They do, man, they do. Who voted for Harris? She's a moron like you. Yeah, she's a moron. Definitely between her and Trump, she's a moron. The woman that went to Howard University, graduated, became a prosecutor, became a district attorney, and then an attorney general, then a U.S. senator, then the vice president is a moron. But I bet you're a lot more successful than her, Patrick, right? You're smarter than Kamala. Where are you in life exactly? And yeah, the person she ran against is a slumlord, fucking scumbag con man, lifelong racist and rapist who his peak in life was being a reality TV show host. But out of the two of them, yeah, it's Kamala that's dumb. To be honest, liberals talk way more about Trump than Republicans do. You guys really do have serious TDS. No, you don't understand, Brandona. Let me tell you something. We watch and listen to and read things that tell the truth about Trump. Okay. And we fact check and we research even that stuff. Like I don't listen to CNN, MSNBC. I would never listen to Fox News. You put me in a straitjacket if you ever see that. I don't listen to any of them. I listen to independent journalists and I read. Okay. So even if an independent journalist I like and I trust says something, I'll check before I'll go out and repeat it. I'll check to see if it's correct. Okay. So you guys don't talk about them because you live in a bubble, a right-wing media bubble, where all you do every day is turn on Fox News and listen to them fill your head with bullshit that is completely untrue about the man. And you leave, you turn off your TV feeling like you voted for a god. Okay? That's what it is. But I'll tell you what we don't do. We don't wear MAGA shirts, MAGA hats, wave Trump flags and have Trump yard signs. We don't drape ourselves in merch. We don't obsess over the guy. There's never been a politician where we've traveled from state to state to go to every rally. So you guys are obsessed with him. We just talk about him because the same reason you motherfuckers talked about Biden, except you were wrong and we're right. You guys are so funny when you say you're so obsessed with Trump. Meanwhile, all you bitches did for 4 years is bitch and moan about Trump, and you're still doing, Biden, I'm sorry, bitch and moan about Biden, and you're still doing it even though he's been out of office for 10 months or so. You're still bitching about the guy, but you're talking about we're obsessed with Trump. Sure. 299 people. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and don't be afraid to donate. But hit the like button, guys. Come on, hit it. I need you to do that right now. It's very important. Everybody hit the like button. I'm just going to harp on that for a second because nobody ever wants to hit it. You only got 37 likes, 225 people, 292. I'm sorry, my shit is behind on here. So hit the like button and hit it hard. CNN is the biggest liar of the media conglomerate. No, Fox News is. They all lie, but Fox News is by far the worst. Like Fox News has like a 17% accuracy rating. And that's by design. They know who their audience is. They know they can tell you guys anything and you'll believe it. I swear to God, I want to be a door-to-door salesman in a neighborhood that's nothing but Trump support. I could sell you motherfuckers magic beans all day. All day. All I got to do is say, fucking Trump 2028, and then tell you how the magic beans work, and you'll buy it hook, line, and sinker because you're the most gullible people on planet fucking Earth. Trump goobers are pissed off this week because his presidency has lost the wheel and is coming off the rails. It certainly is. And his plans to try to steal the election, that's not working out for him. Not in Texas, not in, Indiana? Nope. Y'all are sheep. The TDS is so deep. You're a poet and you don't know it. Again, we don't wear the same red hats everywhere we go. We don't follow our favorite politician around the country to see him say the same incoherent, rambling nonsense he said at the rally before that. We don't send money to our favorite politicians, and we don't buy his made in China products while he's screaming about America first. We don't defend somebody who just sent $40 billion to Argentina and still claim that he's America first. We actually have brains. You guys are literally the definition of sheep. You're sheep. You are. All the Trump supporters in the chat, I want you to say, bah. Go ahead, all of you do it because you're all sheep. You'll follow that man off a cliff. You follow him blindly. And there's nothing he could do wrong in your eyes. Nothing. I'm going to play a game. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe first of all. And let's get some super chats and shit going, guys. Come on, man. I got to make money to do these shows. You're obviously enjoying it because you're watching. You tell me. I want you guys to tell me what Trump could do to lose your support. Like, just think something up in your head that would be just a bridge too far. I want to know, what could Trump do to lose your support? Let's see. I'm gonna go through the chat slowly. I'm at the bottom now, so I'll see your answers. Is there anything Trump could do to lose your support? You already lost yours? There you go. See, that's somebody who's not closed-minded and can see him for what he is. No kings, hashtag blue wave. That's right. Sally, got dollar Mimo? What's up? How you doing? Let in illegals. I fucking knew it. I always say the only thing Trump could do to lose their support is to stop deporting Mexicans. That's it. He could rape a baby on live TV, and you guys would be fine with it. Him and Mike Johnson and Elon could gang rape a woman live on TV, and you guys would be like, so? You know what I mean? So what? And then if she gets pregnant, of course, you won't allow her to have an abortion under any circumstances. But the stop deporting Mexicans, that you've gone too far, Trump. That's it. We're done with you. The people who support Trump after this Epstein drama have done similar things in their past. I believe so. Become a Democrat. Well, he's a lifelong Democrat. He's just playing a Republican on TV. Yeah, you are R-worded. Democrats tell us their supporters are dumb, and they are right. No, they don't. Donald Trump tells you that you're dumb. Donald Trump tells us, where Donald Trump stood in front of a rally of tens of thousands of his own supporters and said, I love the poorly educated. He also said this.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
He insults you guys to your faces, and you're too dumb to realize he's insulting you. You know, you got to convince yourselves he was joking. Let's see. Be a confirmed chomo in the files. So if he's a confirmed chomo, you're done. I'll give you that. That's good. Child molesting, good shit. Good shit. Let's see. Yeah, he is good at that sheep shit. Shut up. Be a demic. All right. The files don't have a person worth following. Oh, I'm sorry. What? The Dems don't. What the fuck? I think I confused this comment and this one. The Dems don't have a person worth following. Name one. You have nothing. So attacking Trump is all you have. It's pathetic. Gavin Newsom. Now you'll just say, I'm stupid for thinking that. So why even ask? You know, or why even say something like that if you're, you know, not going to accept the answer? Gavin Newsom would be the guy. Mark Zuckerberg admitted on a live recording that he and the FBI rigged the election by suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Him and the FBI. Yeah, I want you to send me that. You go ahead and tell me exactly what video I Googled to find that, lying motherfucker. Pardon it, sanction your dumbass mustache. Pardon it, sanction your dumb. Okay, all right. All you do is call people names, typical liberal turd, and there you are calling me names. That's why I give it back to you. You guys talk shit. You called me fucking names, and when I give it back, you play victim, just like your fucking your god there, your orange-faced fucktard leader. Oh, he's calling me names. No, he's being mean. It's like Trump. Trump pushes everybody's buttons, and then when they come back at him, he's like, I am the most persecuted president in history. I'm a victim all the time, you know? What are the odds Newsom is in the files? Very, very slim, I would think. But maybe he is. Who knows? You just choose what you believe, want to believe also. No, I don't. No, I don't. Many times I've come on here and I've defended Trump when people lie about him. I don't like lying about anybody. Now, all I need you guys to do when you make comments like that is tell me what I've said that's untrue. All right? I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat. I'm going to look through your comments. Any of you have the opportunity right now to tell me what I said that's a lie or untrue, and we'll see if I can't prove it to you. Oh my God, of course he has, yeah. That's a fact, not a victim complex. No, it's a victim complex. Because let me tell you something. If you do shit to be attacked, you're not a victim. If people are just attacking you for no reason, you're a victim. Donald Trump is a lifelong scumbag criminal. He's the most corrupt president in history. The fucking guy made $3.8 billion since he's been in office for just the second term. He doubled his net worth. Okay, he uses his crypto coin to sell access to himself, to the fucking U.S. president. You know, that's what he does. He's the most corrupt person out there. Plus, 27 sexual assault allegations, accusations, I should say, being found civilly liable for sexual assault, committed felonies left and right, 90-something fucking indictments, being impeached. All this shit, and all this shit that he's done. Being best friends with Epstein, stuff like that, and he loves attacking people. And then when he gets attacked the way he attacks people, he doesn't like it. He hated, or he loved saying lock her up about Hillary Clinton, but he don't like when people say lock him up, does he? Look at all this stuff this guy has fucking done, the crooked shit. The guy had a dinner with a white supremacist at the White House. The guy brought in a terrorist, a Middle East terrorist, into the Oval Office. The guy blows Putin on a regular basis. He is obsessed with dictators, and he wants to be one. And you guys are like, no, he's convinced you. That's why you're gullible. He's actually convinced you dopes that he's just a victim and he's done nothing wrong. Someone is implicated in the files. Aren't they obligated to invest them, hence redact any info involving them? If they're implicated, and aren't they obligated to investigate? Not necessarily, because the statute of limitations might be up or whatever. And they got to be in there for breaking the law, something to investigate, But Pam Bondi has gone over those files. If you remember, she said they're on my desk and I'm going to review them. 2 months later, she tells Donald Trump, your name is all over the files, and they assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name. So she already knows who's implicated in that shit. So she would have already been investigating them. Now, Donald Trump, he always gives his game away. He's a dummy. He came out the other day and he said, I'm ordering Pam Bondi to investigate Bill Clinton and Larry Summers and this one and that one. Now, why did he do that? He was laying the groundwork for Pam Bondi to tell you, even though it passed in Congress and Trump signed it, can't release the files. We got an investigation going on. That's why he said that the other day. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Seriously, I want as many of you as possible right now to hit the like and subscribe. Do that for me, please. It would mean a lot to me. Especially if you're not donating. You could at least do the free shit. You know what I mean? You can at least do the free shit. So please, please, please hit the like and subscribe. Very, very important. What the fuck, man? Okay. Hold on, I'm ordering my food. What the fuck, man? Am I getting it? Is that easy? Oh, motherfucker. I don't know. Well, we'll see. That Gavin Newsom would be a good candidate for president. Oh, definitely. Guys, hit the like and subscribe. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. Trump scum, TDS, Trump dick suckers. This is a waste of time. No sub, wake up, withdrawal consent, and exit Babylon. Okay, Stevie Hawks, yep. And the TDS is strong with the Democrats. Yeah, it really isn't. We see Donald Trump for what he is. It's you guys who are delusional about the man. There's all of these things, are facts. These things I tell you about his past and stuff. All of these things are facts. I forgot what I was even saying. Yeah, so anyway. Oh yeah, it's not Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, we're not sitting here. If we were going hysterical and saying that, Donald Trump caused the bad weather today, that's derangement syndrome. Also, what's derangement syndrome is saying that Trump is a patriot and a guy who loves America. That's insane. But when you just talk about stuff that Trump is clearly guilty of, then that's not a derangement syndrome. That's just you telling the truth. But here's another way he fooled you guys, and you don't even realize it. Yeah, exactly. What he did was he told Barbara Walters a long time ago in an interview when he started running or whatever. She said, "Why do you try to discredit us, or why do you call us fake news?" She said, and he said, "I have to discredit you. I don't want them to believe what you're telling them about me. So I have to discredit you. So I call you fake news." Okay. He was talking about the media in general. Now, why does he do that? Trump is the dirtiest motherfucker of all time. I'm talking about before he ran for president, the sexual assault accusations, the cheating on all his wives, the being, sued for racism, for not allowing fucking black people to move into his buildings. All the horrible shit, stiffing unions who built his buildings, crushing small businesses just to enrich himself. He's an absolute horrible, disgusting creature of a person. So he knew when he started running, all this stuff is going to come out and it's all true. So what he did, because he knows his base is gullible, is he very simply and easily, by the way, convinced you guys that anything that doesn't sound good about Donald Trump, anything negative reported about him, fake news. It's fake news. And that's what you guys do. And then he created TDS, which is really brilliant because you dolts repeat that shit like crazy. So basically what he's convinced you of is anybody that tells you the truth about him is either lying or they're delusional or they're deranged, And you guys believe it. And that's why when I sit here and tell you all this shit, you think I'm making it up because you've never heard this stuff before, because you listen to right-wing propaganda all fucking day, every day, Mark Zuckerberg admitted on Joe Rogan that he and the FBI rigged the election by suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story. Okay, so give me the clip. Tell me where to find it. Tell me what the title of the clip is. You realize that if Mark Zuckerberg said that he and the FBI rigged the election, he would be in prison right now, right? You know that, right? You just said accusations, and Trump has helped more black folk than any Democrat, my brother, I promise you. I promise you he hasn't. I promise you he hasn't. Tell me how he did that. The record for the lowest black unemployment was under Biden, not under Trump. And Trump, you're going to say HBCUs, I guess? Let's see. I'll wait to see if you say HBCUs. About your mom. What is that, Dustin Huffman? What does that mean? The First Step Act. So, okay, so what you're saying basically is that all the criminals that were allowed released early, they were all black people. So you're saying the First Step Act was put in place to help black people. Let me tell you something. This channel is about the mafia generally, and I could tell you off the top of my head four different convicted killers, Italians, that were let out of prison early on compassionate release due to the First Step Act. None of them are black. Okay. It's about criminals. Not all criminals are black. I know you don't know that, but they're not. But if you do want to bring that up, I'll tell you one thing that is true. Disproportionately, you find crack cocaine in black neighborhoods more so than white neighborhoods. That's just a fact, right? And it's usually black drug dealers that sell crack, white drug dealers sell powder. It's always been that way. I don't know why, right? But the government knew this too. And decades ago, they put into place what's called the 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. Now, what this means is if I get caught with 1 gram of crack and you get caught with 100 grams of powder, we get the same sentence. We get the same sentence. Now, that was put in place to affect black people, to lock up as many black people for as long as possible. Okay. Obama changed it from 100 to 1 to 18 to 1. And when he did, fuck tons of people got out of prison. And no, they weren't all black either. But fuck tons of people got out of prison because of that. Two of them I'm very, very good friends with. They were released years early because when that changed, everybody's sentences were chopped down. So there's that. If you want to talk about HBCUs, Donald Trump gave $500 million or $500 billion, I think, to HBCUs. $500 billion to HBCUs. Obama gave $4 billion to HBCUs. And wait a minute, what? Yeah, I'm fucking up. My bad. 500 million Trump gave to HBCUs. 500 billion. 500 million. Biden gave 4 billion. And I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, I can't get it out. Let me try this again. Trump gave 500 million. Joe Biden gave 17 billion. And Obama gave 4 billion. So now tell me how else he helped black people more than any other president. I know. You're right. We've had his number for a long time in New York City. We tried to tell y'all, and about half of the people understand it's a bell curve. Yeah, listen, I know. I grew up there, and everybody in New York knew he was a piece of shit. A lot of these dickheads who voted for him, they didn't even know who he was until The fucking Apprentice. You know what I mean? It's scary. How is the left in any way, shape, or form any better than the right? Well, for just for one thing, the left is the ones that have been fighting, and they're the only reason the Epstein files might get released. And the Republicans are covering them up. So one party is fighting against pedophilia, and one party is fighting for it. So there's that. Also, most of the things you enjoy on a daily basis are Democratic policies. And very few are actually Republican policies. Everything from Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, unemployment, the 40-hour work week, most of the infrastructure in this country, every fucking thing. You'd be shocked if you actually looked up Democratic policies just over the last 40 years even and saw what was there. You don't even know it. You don't even realize it, that the Democrats help you. The Republicans hurt you as working people. That's what happens. Yeah, no. Why can't you give me the title of one gradual decay? Why not just one? Not just HBCUs, but even help black politicians and regular black folks. Like who? No, Biden didn't give 40-year record high inflation. Donald Trump fucked up the pandemic. He just handled it, just grossly mishandled the pandemic. Okay. When he left office, he lost 2.5 million jobs. He left with 2.5 million less than he entered office with. Only the second president in history to do that. There was global inflation because of COVID. Global inflation. And Biden had to deal with that. That's what he inherited. Trump's 14% unemployment rate, and the supply chains got all fucked up. If you remember, under Trump, we couldn't even buy, there was barely food on the shelves in the grocery stores. You had to stand online for hours to get a roll of toilet paper or paper towels. The bottled water was sold out. You couldn't buy hand sanitizer. Everything was fucked up because of the way Trump handled COVID. So that's what caused inflation. That's a big part of it. He just signed it. Let's go. Do you realize that the Democrats were working with Epstein when he was in jail and dubs you homophobic? No. The Democrats, again, and you don't have to take my word for it, the whole world knows this. The Democrats have been fighting to get the Epstein files released, and the Republicans have been fighting to cover them up for months now. Yeah, no, they're not. I don't think you know what the mafia is. Dems want to have people live off the government and are the real racist Dixiecrats. You still waiting for that $5,000 Doge check? Or how about the $2,000 tariff rebate? You guys are so fucking funny. You'll live off the government all day, anytime you get a chance. And they're not the real racists. because you said it correctly, Dixiecrats. The Dixiecrats are now the Republicans. That's just a fact. It's called the Southern Strategy. That's what happened. That's why Republicans fight to keep statues up of Confederate soldiers and to keep the Confederate flag in front of state capitals, and Democrats tear those fucking things down every chance they get. That's why. Let me see. I'm an ex-convict. I still have to ask, why would you want more criminals in the neighborhood? Why would you want to keep more criminals in the neighborhood? I don't know what that means. What are we even talking about that even relates to what you just said? I know that the crime rate in D.C. went up as soon as Trump moved into the White House. No, I didn't say it didn't help blacks, but you're acting as if that's all it helped, like as if Trump did that for black people. He didn't do that for black people. You just, because it helps black people, you're like, oh, he did it for black people. Trump is a documented racist. It's not my opinion. Trump is the guy who was sued by the Nixon administration's Department of Justice because he would fucking tell his building managers, if black people came to apply for apartments, put a C in the corner for colored. This way we don't rent to them. And you know that he settled that lawsuit. So let's see. The First Step Act is a beautiful antidote for the 1994 crime bill that Joe Biden championed. Democrats passed affected the black community disproportionately. Democrats passed affected the black community disproportionately. Well, you got to look at crime statistics for that. You got to look at crime, like if at the time black people were committing more of the crimes, and I'm not saying they were, but they might have been, then it would affect black people disproportionately. And not because it's unfair, but because whoever's acting as a criminal at the time might get arrested and put in jail for it. You know what I mean? Black, white, or indifferent. So you have to, if you want to talk about that being a specific thing that was put in place just to hurt black people, then you have to look at all the facts and realize if that's the case or not. You understand? Like nothing hurt black people more than that 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. And Obama changed that. Obama charged minorities who couldn't afford health care more than they could afford. What you mean? No, they didn't. Obama charged minorities more. A lot of minorities only have health insurance because of Obamacare. Of course, now that the Republicans refuse to extend the ACA subsidies, people are losing their health care. But, you know, he didn't give $17 billion. What the hell? You want to see something? How much money did Joe Biden give to HBCUs? Oh, look at that. The Biden administration, why won't it show up? Okay, it won't show up on the screen. The Biden administration has invested over $17 billion in HBCUs since 2021, which includes the recent announcement of an additional $1.3 billion in federal funding. This funding has been used for a variety of purposes, such as supporting students through grants and aid, bolstering research capacity, and strengthening STEM and cybersecurity programs. What do you know? It's almost like I had the number exactly right. Biden gave $17 billion, okay? Obama gave $4 billion. Trump gave $500 million. There you go. Yes, that's right. That's right. You're right. That's BS. Sat on it for 4 years when Biden was in office. Yeah, sure. In that case, Trump sat on it for a couple of years while he was in office the first time. So why didn't he release the shit? We couldn't afford that shit under Obama. What you mean? Biden said out his own mouth, God, you're well spoken too, that minorities is the reason America is down bad. Yeah, he never said that. That's just you making that up. And if you couldn't afford it, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but 24 million people have managed to get health insurance thanks to the ACA, Obamacare. 24 million people. So in other words, let me break it down for you. Those 24 million people would have no health insurance without the Affordable Care Act. And I'm sure many of them are minorities. Okay, so there's that. By the way, thanks to the Republicans not extending those subsidies, I heard a story today about an old woman who was paying $70 a month for her insurance under the ACA. It is now $1,790 a month. Isn't that nice? Fucking scumbag Republicans. Obamacare really helped me, paid $15 a month and approved liver transplant, great insurance. Wow. Why should minorities automatically get health care? I'm white and 52 and don't have health insurance. I'm assuming what you're saying is that Obamacare was simply for minorities. You do know that's not true, right? Obamacare was for people who can't afford health insurance or their employer doesn't offer it. Okay, so in other words, gig workers and shit, and part-time workers, they can't get health insurance through their jobs. So they get it through the ACA. So waitresses, people like that, gig workers, DJs, bands, strippers, I don't give a fuck what you are. Okay, you could be a working person, but you're not offered unemployment or health insurance. So you get it through the ACA. Don't forget about it. Also got rid of lifetime caps and pre-existing conditions. Yes, true. You're not black if you don't vote for me, Biden. Yeah, that was a stupid thing Biden said. I can't defend him on that. Biden has said some retarded shit. Biden did say that he did not want his children going to school in a racial jungle during the school integration. I don't know if he did. He might have. But I mean, if you would ask me, do I think Biden is racist too? Of course. Biden is 9,000 years old. You'll be hard pressed to find any white person that age who isn't a little racist. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't argue that Biden might be racist. You guys argue and say that Trump isn't, which is the craziest thing I've ever fucking heard. Trump was indoctrinated in the KKK by his dad, Fred. His dad wasn't a KKK. Trump's dad was arrested in a riot after a KKK Nazi parade in 1939, so dad passed it down to him, of course. Every single Epstein victim said Trump was not involved in the pedophile shit. You libtards are so desperate. And you're a fucking idiot, Jesus Lopez. First of all, because your name is Jesus Lopez and you support a guy that hates you based simply on that name and, your skin tone. So you're confused right off the bat. I know you're confused. And secondly, there are 1,000 Epstein victims, literally 1,000 of them. And we have not heard from 98% of them. So that is not true. A few have said that. A few. And all that means is that out of 1,000 girls, a few of them weren't raped by Donald Trump. That's all it means. Now hit the like button and subscribe for the love of Christ. Guys, I'm going to go because it's getting late. I'm not making money and my food is on its way. So I appreciate you guys being here. Trump did not date a black woman. You just made that up. Tell me the black woman. Your skin tone looks Mexican. Yeah, I'm Sicilian. His dad was arrested for opening his shop during the march. The local authority had ordered all shops shut. I don't know about that, but I know he's affiliated with the KKK. No question about that. Democrats never really cared about kids. I know. It's totally not the Democrats that want WIC and food stamps and cash assistance and Section 8 housing and Medicare and Medicaid and CHIP and all that stuff. No, it's the Republicans that want all those policies that help kids. Yep. Fucking idiot. You keep saying he raped him, and I hope he sues you for libel. I never said he raped a man, but he was found civilly liable for sexual assault, in which case the judge himself said that is the equivalent of being found guilty of rape in a criminal court. So, yeah, of course it is. Yeah. That's right, War. You fucking tell him. All right, guys, I got to get going. I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Peace.